Are you ready to move? Guys, welcome to the farm. Let's have some fun. Contact. Morning everybody, welcome back to another gorgeous day on the Stoney Ridge farm. The birds are tweeting, the sun is shining, the cows are mooing, and the roosters are crowing. We got a lot of stuff to get done today. We're gonna be moving the cows across a public roadway today, which is gonna be the first move for 11 new baby calves. Maybe, yeah, the first time these 11 baby calves have been outside of the perimeter fence. It's springtime almost, and our grass is starting to grow. We got to get the cows moved, and we're almost out of hay. So let's get busy. We're gonna move some electric fencing and show you guys how this whole setup works here on the Stoney Ridge farm. Today's a fun day. I'm taking loose my electric fence controller. This is from Starkline Poultry. That's what this critter is. I like it. I like having portable electric fence power. Eventually we will have non-portable electric fence power, and it looks like that is broken. So we're gonna have to check on that as well. That is not good. Before we go any further with today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to today's day sponsor, Booge RV. Portable water heater shower. Really interesting little setup here. I'm gonna show you how it works real quick. This takes the little 1 pound propane tank, net weight 16 ounces, and that fits right on the back here. This is a portable water heater solution. Here's how it works. So down here at my feet, I have a bucket of water. It's got a little pump set up right here on the end. So I'm gonna drop that down in the water. Simply connects with these quick connects. So we're just gonna pop this out, stick it on there. To disconnect, you just pull this back. It's a quick connect. Really, really cool. Pop that in. There's no power source or anything for the shower head. This is the shower head. It's got 3 different settings. We're going to show you those. So this is consistent heating, stable heating, plus or minus 1 degree Fahrenheit. It will reach up to a max of 122. The max setting on this is 118, and it'll go all the way down to 86 degrees. One charge will do 15 showers based on an 8-minute shower. So that's pretty cool. A 4,000 milliamp battery, and it's easy to carry. Guys, I'm not super duper strong. Look at how light that is. I almost threw it through the roof. It's 14.77 pounds. You can put this in your car. So I do a lot of mountain biking and stuff like that, and I like to go camping. It's pumping. I hear this thing sparking to start the fire, and it's just that simple. You got 3 different settings right there. One charge, again, does 15 showers, easily handheld to carry, 60-second setup, 3 steps, connect, connect, connect. Built to last, for sure. Water-resistant design, durable metal on the outside. Now, how in the heck are you gonna take a shower like this? Well, it comes with this interesting little mount right here, and we'll show you how this mount works. Basically, you just slide your shower head right in there. And I saw another guy do a review of this, and he said it fits right on a microphone stand. So this is magnetic. So I can take it over here on the side of my building and magnetize it right to the metal and take a shower. And this is also adjustable. So it's a little adjustable head. And if you're out camping or glamping or whatever, you can drive a nail in a tree. I know right now my mom is watching this saying, I want one. They're constantly washing their dogs outside, inside. Super handy for that. That's awesome. I've always wanted an outdoor shower. Guys, there's a link right here. You can scan this QR code, or there'll be a link down the video description. Nice, warm water on demand. This is gonna stay inside my car that I take mountain biking with me. When I get done after mountain biking, I can rinse off right there in the parking lot. I like that. I'll probably keep my clothes on though. Guys, you can find a link down below, and there's a coupon code as well, and or you can scan this QR code for the Bogue RV portable water heater setup. That is really a neat little job right there. Awesome. Thanks to Bogue RV for sponsoring today's video. So, let's see what we got to repair first. Might as well shut the four-wheeler down. That's kind of a bummer. There's one end of it. I don't know what happened here. Inevitably, these are designed to be outside. However, the wire is not designed to be outside, so it's constantly a struggle here on the farm to keep all this stuff up and running. That's kind of a bummer. Check that out. Well, let's get our cutter out here and we'll put it all back together, I guess. I just got to get the cows moved. So, do a little wire stripping. I always keep my Milwaukee Fastback with me all the time. Milwaukee tool is pretty awesome. You'll find that in my Amazon store if you're interested in carrying one with you. I like to carry it. All we're gonna do, simply twist this wire together. This is my ground. Although it's red, it is my ground. I'm not too awfully concerned about my ground getting grounded out. So we'll come back here and we'll put a crimp on that eventually. This is the electric fence controller, just simply hooks to a battery. You'll see how all that works here in just a second. Those connect up to the battery. We're gonna run over and actually we need to get some reels together so we can reel up some fence wire that's laying on the ground where I used to store my hay. What we're gonna be doing is moving the cows into that pasture from this pasture. What you guys are gonna hear is the cows going moo, 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 moo. They won't shut up. It is annoying, I know it, but this is what we really, really want. So they're all kind of running down here right now. You can see that they know, or at least the old school cows know, that this is the way to get to greener pastures. And you can tell these pastures are not green over here compared to the greenness that you see on this ridge. We're gonna open this up to the cows to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 acres, maybe something like that. And currently they're on about 15 to 16 acres behind us. First thing we got to do is create an alleyway through here, and I've got to run my string, which is this is called poly electric wire. I'm gonna run that to that gate from here and from here to there to create an alleyway where the cows will go right through here and up through that gate. So first thing I need to do is get all this crap out of the way and make sure that my alleyway is all set up. The next thing I gotta do is, oh, I've been running over that wire. The next thing I need to do is make sure that out here in the pasture, we've got it fenced off or segmented off to where they can't have access to the entire pasture. We only want them on half of it. This is the time of year where we'll be giving a little bit of hay and having a little bit of green. You can't put your livestock strictly on green grass right off of dry hay. If you do that, you'll get the scours, and the scours is what we call a wet butt. Scours, diarrhea, they'll have a wet butt, and the baby calves can really suffer from that and get dehydrated. So I'm gonna go ahead and whip this out, then we're gonna ride up on the top of the hill. All my life I've been moving for something, something never comes and at least you. Yeah, I wanna move real loud. Move, move. Yeah. Come on, baby. Go on there, boy. There we go. No! So annoying. It's like a baby crying. I don't know how moms feel, but when you hear your baby crying, you gotta check on it. You gotta, I don't know, it's the cow mama in me, or cow daddy. I guess daddy, that's more appropriate. Typically, the hay that's used in a particular pasture is stored in that particular pasture. This year, I've really focused on feeding a lot of hay over here on this ridge because the soil is poor over there. So what we're trying to do is put down a lot of hay, a lot of bedding, a lot of manure, and trying to heal that land with that hay. So right here is where I stored all the hay. Now, I might have fed one bale in this pasture prior to moving the cows over to the other side, but they've been over there since the end of October, which is pretty awesome. We're into March right now, creeping up into April. This video is probably in April. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up all of these stakes and make sure that this fence wire is ready, and we'll reel it up. And what am I seeing here? I'm seeing, I was like, what am I seeing here? I ran over this. This is a electric fence gate opener, gate handle. Basically, all I'm gonna do is cut this off, and I'll show you what I do with that in a second. Let's go ahead and round up these posts. These are called strained right pigtail posts. I'll bring you one and show you as soon as I get it. Yahoo! I know. Josh, you could just ride down there on the four-wheeler. Everything can't be done from the seat of a tractor or the seat of a four-wheeler. It's okay to get out and walk. This is a strained right pigtail step-in post. That's the pigtail. It's insulated. That's metal, and that's metal. These are 6 years old and show no signs of wear. Really awesome. Strained right makes good fencing materials. Next thing we're gonna do is grab a strain right geared reel. I do have problems with geared reels once in a while. This little tab right here will break off, so I have to keep an eye on that. This is a strain right as well, I do believe. Yeah, this is a strain right, all made in New Zealand. Let me show you how simple this fencing system is, and if you're not utilizing this on your property to intensively graze your property, in other words, if you're not using electric fence wire like this, I think you should consider it. It helps to not stunt the growth of your grass. The whole goal here is to keep from overgrazing our fields. And when we overgraze, that means we graze it down to the nub about that high. When we graze it down to the nub, there is no solar panel in that grass to absorb the sunlight and let that chlorophyll do its magic and build more grass. So if we eat it down to the nub, it's going to ruin your grass for the future. So we want our grass to catch up a little bit, and what we're going to do is kind of sacrifice this field right here just a little bit by feeding hay on this section of pasture while we let them graze the green down. We're gonna leave them in here for about 4 days, and we're gonna bump them over to the next pasture over, which is right there. Super simple. Our hay is coming from right there. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna tie on, just like this, just a regular old square knot is all it takes, or granny knot, whatever you wanna call it. Just gonna tie on right here, and this is electrified. It will be electrified in just a minute. We're just gonna reel up all of the wire that we just unhooked off the post, just like so. You want a geared reel because for every rotation of this reel, I think I get 3 to 1. So every time I rotate, I think I get 3 actual reel ups. Reel ups, is that a word? But just that simple. And if you are using these on your farm and you don't know this simple trick, I'll teach you this. Another granny knot trick: tie a loop, a loose loop, just like that in the end. Hang it right over top of here. Okay, lock this down, click, 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 holds it in place, and your spool doesn't go bah and make a mess. All right, next step in this procedure, we're gonna grab our battery. This is just a standard car battery. Here's the deal with batteries like this. So we're gonna use a standard never start car battery. Why am I using a car battery? Well, that battery wasn't good enough to start the car, but I've used it for 2 years here on the farm. So an old battery like that can run this electric fence for days and days and days, if not weeks and weeks. It's super handy, super easy, and a good way to really utilize a battery that you would otherwise simply take to the auto parts store and turn it in for the core. For the $15 core on that battery, I've gotten, I think, at least 2 more years of service out of it, which is really cool. This is simple. It just hooks right onto my fence wire. This is my setup. This is super simple, okay? Except for when it gets all tangled. 9 years later, we're untangled. Really neat. These hook onto your battery terminals, hot and not so hot. Red to red, black to black. I'm not gonna hook it up yet because we got a little fence work to do, but I am gonna go ahead and attach everything the way it's supposed to be attached so that we're ready. One goes to ground, and ground can be here, or what I like to do for ground is just simply clip it right onto that fence post right there, okay? Now, we're gonna go ahead and test this, make sure it's gonna pop. Green light, yes, yep, good. And let's just go ahead and give her a pop. There it is. That's gonna go on there, but for now, we're gonna disconnect, hook it right there, and double check our fence line. I know, man, you gotta walk again, Josh. Sure do, I sure do. We're gonna have a gate right here that the cows should not be crossing, and that'll be hooked to the electric fence as well. This is a unique fence, by the way. So here's my wire that I use for my gate, and this goes right across. See if I can get it all pulled out here. All this was taken down in the fall. We're gonna put this right through here, just like so, and then that will connect up over there as well. Unique fencing setup I'm gonna show you. We got a hot wire on the top right here. That's a hot wire. And we got a hot wire called a belly band down here. So this will be electrified on the top so the cows won't tear up your fence by rubbing their necks on it. And this is a belly band right here so that the cows won't rub their bellies on the side of the fence and scratch. It's that time of year, and I'm gonna show you in just a minute why the cows do that. It's fairly normal this time of year for cattle to get a couple mites on them. Mites, little stinging, biting vermin that make the cows itch. So they're itchy right now, and they're scratching. And they're scratching on trees, and they're scratching on anything and everything they can scratch on over there in the woods. But in this pasture, there's only 3 trees. 1, 2, 3. So they're gonna have to scratch on those trees. We wanna keep them off the fence, and that's how we do it. All right, so take this guy. We go right over here and hook it right on there. just like so. Actually, I'm gonna hook it on right there, okay? And that is our gate. Boop, boop. I don't run it straight across there just because it's easier for me to do it that way. Now we're gonna follow this line all the way down and make sure everything's nice and tight. See, this one is not very tight. I'm just gonna pull it tight, just like that. Pop that fence in the post in the ground, and we got a post down over here. Now these strain right pigtail posts cost about $2 a pop. They're not very expensive, which is pretty cool because I like to hit them with the mower. I've probably destroyed at least 4 or 5 of them every year with the mower. Now, all that's good. We're just gonna kind of pull this wire tight, make sure we're good to go here. I don't want a nice straight fence. We're right here in the middle. I want to take up the slack in this. All I gotta do is pull that just like that, wrap it around, keep on wrapping. There we go. Make sure it's stepped in the ground good, and doing, doing, doing. That's nice and tight. This provides power all the way down to here, all the way to our water tank. That's where we head next, to the water tank. We're gonna check and make sure the cow's got plenty of water. They'll be excluded from being over here, and they'll be able to get in right here. This is where we're moving them to. You can tell if you watched the last video I did on this, the grass is a little stunted right now. We had one heck of a doggone freeze where the temperatures got down to 22 degrees, which kind of fried a little bit of my clover here, my legumes, and that's basically fried clover. Not cool, right? Is what it is. That's farming weather. So I'm gonna grab this wire and pull it to this post. On each one of these posts, I have a strain right gate connector, and this is called a strain right bungee gate. This is called a strain right spring gate. Spring, just a giant slinky spring, right? Pretty cool. Hook that on there, good to go. I don't like the bungee gates. I like the spring gates. So I'm slowly phasing out all my bungee gates and going with all spring gates. This is our water tank, some Mirror Fount 3390. This will serve 150 beef cows. Cool, huh? The well is way over there by the big shop. There we go. Now, all we gotta do is energize the fence, roll out the hay bale, and bring in the moo cows, which they are gonna go nuts. They're gonna be so happy, so happy. Now, I do have a gate way down there that's still open, and I need to think about that. And there's another gate way over there that I gotta check, but the cows will not have access to that, so I don't really have to worry about it right away. As soon as they get over here, first thing they're gonna do is check the fence. Next thing they're gonna do, their heads are gonna be down and they're gonna be chowing down on some grub. Chowing down. These are called Rhino grips. They are awesome, handy tool for your ATV. I do most of the work on the farm with a Honda ATV. I do a UTV when I need to haul people or firewood or something like that, but this machine has proven itself absolutely perfect for farming. It's been sitting outside for the last almost 9 years. Yeah, it's been sitting outside. Awesome tool. I see something weird right there in the pasture. It kind of looked like a rabbit. I must be getting old and going blind. It's not a rabbit. It's a turd. Look at there, boy. here's the spooky part. Now I gotta move all these cows. We're gonna get a head count. I want you guys to count as they go through, and you'll feel my struggle. We're gonna bring them through here, and these new babies have never ever done this before. So we run a very high risk of babies escaping, but the drive for these animals to get up in this new pasture is gonna be so high that mothers will abandon their babies, to be honest with you. So let's see how it goes, fingers crossed. This is it. All right, we're gonna count babies as they come through, because we need to do that for sure. Should have 11 babies. 1, 2, 3. We'll count them as they go by. There's Donnie. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 babies. Awesome. Tammy bringing up the rear. We still have number 40. She's got a little bit of a foot problem. She's got a little limp. She's coming in. Now you see these babies being dummies? That's what we're trying to avoid. These calves doing this right here. I gotta kind of give them a little nudge in the right direction here. We want them to go right through here. There we go. Okay. Go babies, go babies, go babies. They're freaking out. This is what they'll do. So they're not used to me, and they're not used to new pasture, and they need to go that way. You guys need to go that way. There you go. Where one goes, the other one goes. So if we get right up here, we don't want to run them, okay? We don't want to run them at all. And they're gonna run and act like idiots. It's just kind of the frustration of cattle. We're gonna push this gate in a different direction. And you guys are gonna get to watch me do the struggle bus for just a minute. They're all the way down there. I'm gonna try to push them in. Now I know. Now you know why this is so stressful. What a pain in the buttocks, Jenny. Oh. All right, so I forgot. We got the road blocked up here. This is a public road right here, so gotta really be careful to not leave the road blocked, because the Amazon guy comes down through here running Mach 14, and let me just show you my system to keep them from running through the fence. You cannot see this fence wire. You guys can barely see it now. And the Amazon guy, to his defense, he can't see it either. Neither can the mail carrier. And we don't want to do this at the time the mail carrier is bringing the mail. But here's what I do. So I've got a couple of these roadblock type implements here. Cones, basically, it's just a cone. And these stay right here, and then I got the wire drawn across right there. So I'm gonna take these up real quick and then wind that wire up right on top of that cone. See how much the cows destroy just by doing nothing, really? All they did was just walk across here. Pretty crazy. There's your granny knot undone. Okay, we're gonna leave this gate open for quite some time. You know why we're going to do that? Because I learned a valuable lesson a couple years back. I had a calf come up missing. It wasn't missing, it just never came out of here. So now I leave this open. Oh, the gate's beating me up. I leave it open so that if there happens to be a calf that was just born yesterday, it will figure out the gate is open and it'll actually come up to the fence over here. I had a calf that was missing, shoot, 4 days, and it finally found its mom. We reunited them and everything was great. Let me wind this back around the end here. I'll do the same thing with this wire in a second, but for now, we're just gonna get it out of the road. Hopefully. Hear them babies? They're distressed. It's just normal for them to be mildly distressed when something like this goes down. Totally normal. They'll recover, everything will be cool, and everything will be good. The cows have good green grass to eat as well as that hay, so they won't or should not develop the scours, which is super important for us. Don't really have to worry about them pushing that gate open. They ain't gonna wanna go out. They love this. And this is our first bit of spring grazing. Super cool, guys. Well, now I can get up in the shop, work on a shop project, and the cows are doing fantastic. Fantastic. That's awesome. All the babies are accounted for unless somebody was born last night. Well, that's how it goes, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me on the Stoney Ridge farm today. That's how it goes. A fun day. And the baby calves are running and playing and having a great time. Spring's in the air. Can't wait. More calves to come. We'll see you guys in the next video. There'll be links at the end of this video, right up top after the bloopers. See ya. Woo! Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Well, yeah, sorry about that. If you lost me on that one, my battery took a big duker. It stopped working. Cool, bud. Break that screen too, might as well. We need to do that. All my life I've been moving for something. Something never comes and at least you. Yeah, I want to move real loud. Moo, moo. Stored in that perspective pack. Struggle. Ride that bus. Struggle bus. Ride it. Be proud. So typically, I'm laughing at myself and go, bah! I see something weird right there. It kind of looked like a rabbit. I must be getting old and going blind. It's not a rabbit. It's a turd. Look at there, boy. No! So annoying. The best thing about Stoney Ridge Farmer videos is we never do product placement. Hard to believe that's 0 sugar. No! Y'all come back now. Yeah.